Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and 11 lives. So, let's go on to the next area. High Caves! Oh, this is a fun one, if I'm remembering it correctly, because I believe this one is just rather annoying when it comes to getting the gems. Yep, this is definitely one. This is also the first stage in which we're going to be getting a new power-up. And as you can see, we have big old spiders there with metal carapaces. Those spiders, unfortunately, are immune. Ow. They're immune to charges and to fire, but they're not immune to supercharges. And it looks like we're seeing some serious Wiz-biz here, which is why I'm totally getting caught inside it. Sorry if you hear a fan in the background, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because it is burning hot in here because, you know, that happens after a while. Oh, I thought I could keep avoiding it. Oh, come on. And I just got these lives, too. It's starting to show the Let's Play curse. It's also starting to show me, you know, getting tired because it's starting to get later and later in the day. I had to work earlier in the morning, and now I'm just recording and bum rush recording. Well, not really bum rush recording. I'm trying to put as much time and effort as I can, but I know how easy it is to beat this game in one session, so I'm trying to have it that I can beat it in one day. Right, this time let's wait for the giant evil swirly tornado of doom, or I should say mini tornado. Hell, that thing can be classified as a dust devil. Make it brown. So, first dragon here, Cyrus. Nice name.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
He is a man of order who hates having his things touched. Good to know. So, go over this way, and there is some more things. Now, one of the things I remember greatly inside this level, based on my first playthrough, was, well, mainly, not my first playthrough, on my first LP of it, was the goddamn single gem I missed. I either missed one or two gems, and it was absolutely horrendous trying to get them. So in the meantime, we're going to be grabbing that druid, and that druid's going to get me killed. Go druids! I guess the one thing I hate about this place is the fact that because it's always moving, and I'm just being impatient, I'm not getting the maximum one for my jump. Alright, so it looks like the one down there is where I'm able to jump for it. So, let us jump now, and death to the druid. I'll put you back in the middle. And let's wait for you to come back over this way, so that I may kill you. And now back into the middle. Right, so now comes the fun part of the stage, in which we're going to have to be using supercharged power-ups left and right, if I'm remembering correctly. And I know for a fact I am remembering correctly. Oh boy, I hate it. Now, in this area right here, you cannot die by falling, because you'll notice that there are 4 fairies right there. 3. I thought there were 4. Anyway, those fairies will pick you up every time you fall down in that area and carry you back to where the supercharged power-up is, so keep that in mind that you cannot die here. But, let's free Ajax.
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong, like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Huh, Spyro really... Dragons really are goddamn murderers. All they really seem to do is just kill things that are not dragons. Huh. I really analyze that. Spyro's a psychopath. And I'm completely fine with that. Meantime, open these up and just grab as many treasures as we can. I believe total gems in this stage, I want to say there's 400 gems. I don't want to hit the start button just to, you know, check, but go inside right here. Now, normally you're supposed to use the supercharged power-up in order to get to some of these areas, but it's easy to access if you just glide jump in the right areas. So, there we go. That's another egg. I believe this is the only egg. Yes, this is actually the only egg that is in this area, so that's good. And keep turning, and now we're inside here. Grab all the treasure we can, because, you know, they're not going to need it. So this actually begs my question that I'm actually kind of curious about. Nasty Nor created his minions through turning treasure into, you know, his soldiers. Why didn't he turn all the treasure into it? Can he not affect it when it's inside like a box or something? So let's get carried by the fairies. I'm just curious because we're finding treasure in boxes, but they're not enemies. I'm curious as to why, because, I mean, Nasty Nork was said to have a spell that could, you know, basically turn people into... Not people, turn things into that, and I was wrong. There are 2 eggs here. Silly me. We're actually starting to clear up mainly for the eggs, and I think they put so many eggs here for the simple fact that, you know, this area, you need to have eggs in order to proceed. So I believe that is egg number 10, if I am not mistaken. Let's actually check. Yes, that is egg number 10, so we actually only need 2 more eggs, and then we will have all the dragon eggs. So there goes that side quest I get. But again, getting back onto my Nasty Nork thing, why didn't he turn all of the treasure into it? I mean, is it because the treasure is inside some boxes or something? If that's the case, then why didn't the dragons just put all of their treasure in a box? Did they just try to Scrooge McDuck it up and just leave it all around? And again, I find treasure lying on the ground everywhere, so what surprise is that for me? So now we're going to be going after spiders, and I hate doing this because these guys have gems on them, but the moment you end up hitting them, you have pretty much canceled out your supercharge. Now that cave right there is annoying for the simple fact that when you go inside that cave, there is a bunch of alternate paths, and you can easily miss gems here. I know I have. Need to kill all the spiders like so. Okay, I think that got rid of a couple of them, so now we can go through this way. This is now when the levels start to get a little bit more intricate in length, but that's mainly my fault because I'm stupid and I end up, you know, messing up with it. So, grab. Right, and I saw gems right there. And I saw a gem right over here. I have to say, one thing I am impressed about in this game is not only the graphics, considering the time that this is at, but the draw distance is surprisingly really well. I mean, this might be the PS3 port that's talking here, so I might not know for sure, but I still find it very interesting. Anyway, go over this way and avoid the spiders right now, and go over... Well, we need to kill the druids first because they're being assholes. Avoid the spiders and get to right here to where we're going to get our first power-up for our flame from a fairy kiss. So beautiful. So now we can actually kill these things with the super flame power-up. As opposed to, I believe what I did in my original run was I used the supercharged power-up and jumped up this way. It is possible. It's difficult, but it is possible, and I made sure it was possible. Through my own stupidity. No, don't... well, kisses are nice, but I don't really need it. Alright, so I think that takes care of the cave area, but I think I'm still missing about 100 gems. But if I'm remembering correctly, actually, there's about 75 gems where the last dragon is inside the cave over this way. Which, to me, that... Why didn't they just, like, you know, cap it off at just, like, 400 gems for the stage? Why do they have to go for the 500? I get it that they're going for, like, the full total, like, in the interview in the beginning, they said, we as dragons, we have, like, you know, how many was it? I think he said, like, 12,000 gems, or maybe is it 14,000? But it just seems, like, dumb. They could have spaced it out a bit. I don't know. I guess this is just the point in which I start questioning some of the design aspects for the game, but I still have to give it its props for what it did at the time. Right? So 25, 10, 10, 10, hit, 25, and that. And I think that's all of them, so let us see. Yes, that is definitely all of them. Definitely better than last time, so let's get the last dragon, Cedric.
Try combining supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Not really, because actually the high caves are not the best area to explore around with it. Actually, I believe one of the next stages is, but that is everything for it. You can hit the select button just to quickly go to it if you want. So, that takes care of that, and actually, I'm going to be going out of a little bit of order on this one. I'm actually going to be doing the Speedway next, for the simple fact that the Speedway is, like, you know, just so close. Oh, crap, I didn't get on the supercharge long enough. I do have to appreciate what they did in the later games with the supercharge, and that the moment you just hit it, you start doing a supercharge instead of having to wait. And now into Crystal Flight. I believe this one was one of the ones that I hated the most out of all of the flights. I know I said that about the last one, but I think this one definitely is. Oh, yeah, this one. This one, I remember. Oh, boy. And we were also getting a bit of slowdown because there was a bit too much on the screen at the time, so that wasn't good. Right, so fly through the rings. Right, and fly. I do kind of miss somewhat of these sort of setups for it, but I do like what they did with the speedways in the second game. We had like the hidden mission that you could do. Some of them were stupid though. I have to give it, while my favorite speedways in the series are from Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, I will say that my favorite of the how should I put it? My favorite of the what am I trying to say? My favorite of the bonus missions is not from there. My favorite of the bonus missions is actually from Spyro 3, and I'm not going to make it because I went out of order. Yeah, I went out of order. Okay, chests are supposed to be last. So, we're going to quit. 180 gems, and we're going to try again. And do it in the right order, so chests go last, which means I need to kill those flying Norks. Yay, Nork murder! It's been a while since I've done that. As in, it's been at least like 20 minutes since I've last murdered a Nork. And specifically a Nork, you know, not the druids, not the bird people, not the weird bird things that seem to populate it and are apparently druids. I don't know, they're weird. So, keep flying through this for time trials! Yay, time trials! I'm trying to think, though. I'm trying to think, why is it that they decided to, you know, get rid of them? Well, I guess with the reboot it would make sense. No, one of the worst aspects, I think, when it came to, to the time trials in Enter the Dragonfly, is the loading screens that you had to go in between it. And, ladies and gentlemen, I have the GameCube version. The GameCube was touted for having better loading screens than the PS2. And it was abysmally bad on mine. And I checked my disc. My disc actually was a brand new copy of Enter the Dragonfly. So, yeah. But, in the meantime, we're done. Why did I think this one was bad again? Was I really just a worse game player 2 years ago? Or was I just plain stupid? Who am I kidding? It was both. But, that takes care of that. And, no, I don't want to try again. Don't pull a K-Por Gabora on me. I don't need that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Especially me. I have a due date for these videos. They have to be out. At least by my second anniversary. That's the whole point why I'm doing this. You know, just for a little second anniversary special. So the boss is down there, but we still have one stage left, and I can get a life. Now, at random intervals, it's randomized. You have a chance of actually getting a full-on life or a health point from enemies when you kill them and they have these silver orbs. You have a chance. It's randomized, though. In the meantime, I have 10. So, 10 lives, 10 Spyros. And let's go to the last area in this game, which actually has an interesting little musical trivia based on it. Wizard Peak, one of my favorite stages in this game, if not for the music.